My name is Gabriel Larson, and I am doing the assignment on body score and weighing the horse. So we will start with the weight tape, which is this white one here. We've used it a lot around this barn. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure where the girth goes around the base of the wither here, and we're going to see how she does with her weight. And this is saying 983 roughly. I would say just less than 983, maybe closer to, and that line's a little blurry, but in between 949 and 983. And that number's a little bit too blurry to read. So weight tape is good. We can call it around 965 and just meet in the middle, if maybe that's what that line says before it's blurry. And then the next portion of this assignment will be to measure, and this is a way to do weight a little bit more accurately. Still, it's still considered an estimate. The most accurate way to do it is with a scale. We actually learned this in an equine first aid course back in April of 2024, and this is it's just a really unique way to do it. So you'll go from the shoulder point to the hip point back here in a measurement for length. So we will go shoulder point. You can feel around for that. And we're going to just put our finger here because this one doesn't feel quite long enough. Shoulder point. And that is 60. $63.5. So let me take those numbers. And then now we're going to do the girth, or where the girth strap goes. Basically the same thing we were doing for the weight tape. I don't know if this is going to be long enough, so we might actually use the weight tape and measure. It's not going to be long enough. If I'm going to use this tape, I'll use the hand side because the lines are a lot closer on this side of the tape. So if we're going to do a heart girth measurement, what I'll do is I will do that says 16.3. This line is where it is. So now what we'll do is we'll actually just lay that down and we'll measure 16.3 is where we want it, 16.3. And we'll go ahead and get something simple to solve this problem. And we will roll with here. Here's 60. So 71. 11 goes right to the 16.3. So we're going to do 71 total. So that's 60 plus 11. So 63.5, and we'll multiply that. So cutting from the last video, I had to do 2 parts because I had to use a calculator. We did heart girth times length divided by 330, and that came out to 867 pounds. So we said 965 roughly from the weight tape, which is obviously just an estimate, and 867 on this more accurate version, still just an estimate. Obviously the best way to do this is with a scale. So on to the next piece of the assignment. We're gonna body score the horse, and there are 5 different areas to body score. We have to palpate different areas to judge where the fat pockets are on the horse, and this one's actually really good. This is a young quarter horse. She's 5 years old. She's one that has gotten a lot of work, and we would say she's at maintenance currently, as she's not being overly worked because she is currently on stall rest and just on a well-balanced diet to make sure that she's working through some injuries and stuff that she's got going on. So we're going to start with the neck, and we're going to palpate here in the neck to make sure there's no fat pockets. And you can kind of feel just a little bit there. And then we're gonna move down behind the shoulders, and she's got some here. So this horse specifically has fat pockets behind the shoulders, and then we'll go up to the withers, and you feel down the base of the withers, and she's kind of flexing right now, but she does not have any fat pockets that you can really feel up here. And then we'll work down the top line to the crease of the back here and feel, and you can kind of feel some fat pockets up in here. So she's definitely above a 5, I would say, so far, based on everything we've done. And then we'll look at the ribs. If we can't see ribs, we can't feel them, which means she's automatically a 5 or higher. If you can't see the ribs, she would be below a 5 if you could see or feel the ribs. So, and then we'll go to the top of the tail, right here, the tail head, and we'll palpate there, feel there, and there's just a little bit of fat. So I would put her body composition at roughly, I would say between a 6 and a 7, probably a 6.5, maybe a little bit closer to a 7. If I were to look at some other information I know about body conformation, I would say that because she's pretty trim here, that she's closer to the 6.5 rather than she would be the 7. Just in some different aspects of her, looking at her legs and everything too, I would say closer to a 6.5 and a 7. So she could lose a little bit of weight, but she's healthy. She's going to need more digestible energy because she is working through a leg injury right now. As far as my evaluation goes, I think that she probably could lose a little bit of weight. She's going to, as soon as we fix the injury. I think right now, based on this horse, I would not change anything. If I were to do anything to help her lose a little bit of fat, it would be probably take away, currently she's getting a half scoop of Nutrena Safe Choice Special Care. I'd probably cut that in half to a quarter or just not give it at all. Because of her PSSM, we're going to maintain that, and currently, because of this horse and everything I know about it, we're not going to change anything until after the injury, and likely then work on increasing with the amount of work after she gets out of being a maintenance horse.